It's Chicago comedian now living in L.A. versus Chicago comedian now living in L.A., with comedian Joe Kilgallen taking on comedian Lindsay Adams in Grunge Music versus the OC Trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. It be. Welcome to episode 8. Wow, we've done 8 of these already of the Trivia with Buds podcast. This is your host, Ryan Buds. That is my name. And I am sitting in my car / our recording booth with my beautiful wife, Miss Ashley Starling Buds. How you doing, Ash?
Good. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for coming out to the car. We're in the car. Why? Why are we in the car?
I feel like we're doing something illegal. Like we're going to get in trouble.
Well, I have a beer in here in one of the driveways. Is that illegal? Can you have a beer in your car?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll have to look into it. We are in the car, so we do not wake the child.
Yes, because our air conditioner, once again, broke. So all the windows in the house are open because it is over 80 degrees in the house. And it's miserable.
It is pretty hot, and it's kind of hot already since we started talking here.
Yeah, how long does this go on?
Are we going to do some hanky-panky in this back seat, or no? Is that not going to happen?
Only if we can do the Titanic hand window streak.
I have to paint you first, don't I?
One of your French girls.
Yeah. I have so many paints. This is going to be great. Well, you're in the car to promote for this very special episode of the podcast that you and I are going to be doing something together this Saturday. What are we doing? Besides karaoke? No, we're not doing that. What are we going to do?
I don't really know what the event is.
Oh, come on. You didn't do any research?
I know what I'm doing, but I don't know really what we're doing.
Okay. Well, I got you in to an event called the Beer Fiesta at Last Name Brewing out in Upland, California, not far from where you grew up in Ontario.
Yes.
And I'm going to be promoting bingo and trivia that I do there on a weekly and monthly basis. And I said, my wife's got this clothing company. Can she come set up her clothes? And they said, well, it has to be beer related. And then I said, come on. And they said, all right.
It can kind of be beer related.
Sure.
It's leggings. So if you have a beer belly,
I'll burp on all the leggings. Is that going to sell some?
No.
So what is the name of your company? What do you do? I still don't understand it, and it's under my roof at home.
Yeah. So my mom and I sell LuLaRoe clothing. So our name on Facebook is LuLaRoe with Buds and more. Play on our name, play on the With Buds company.
Yeah.
Name, I guess,
our production company with Buds. Pornography Productions.
No,
okay.
It stops there.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sell clothes. LuLaRoe makes super fun, funky clothes, prints, loud designs, colors, things like that. Everything's limited edition, so...
That's the only thing that I am somewhat understanding about is because I collect toys and things, and you're always trying to explain it to me like that. And
right, the limited edition, you understand.
So many prints of each thing, so many sizes, and so many prints. So, like, I get the idea that if you find something you like, you kind of have to snatch it up, right?
Yes, and if you see something you love, but it might not be your size, like right away when you find it, so it's called your unicorn. Yeah. It's like this elusive thing that you have to find, this magical, print. But they sell like leggings and shirts and dresses, kids' clothes, things like that. But yeah, this event on Saturday, I'm just going to bring leggings. I'm not going to bring our whole get-up shebang.
She's got mannequins and shit
but
that she dresses up that scare me at night when I wake up sometimes. And she's going to have all kinds of leggings, and I'm going to have this table set up. We're going to give away all kinds of stuff. So if you're in the Upland, Inland Empire area this Saturday, September 24th, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., come check us out at the Beer Fiesta at Last Name Brewing. Starling, we're going to have some fun.
Yes, and maybe I can get you in a pair of leggings.
You think so?
I'm gonna try. They're called butter leggings because how soft they are. Rub my leg. I'm wearing a pair. Rub them.
I'm not gonna rub your butter legs. That's not gonna happen. And I just wanted to clarify: you do not have to be a Scientologist to wear these clothes.
Correct.
Okay, very good. I just want to double check. All right. So that's me and Starling this Saturday. Come check us out. Sunday night, I will be at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club out there with my friend Casey Moran. I think the show's at 8 p.m. If you live anywhere near Ventura Harbor, come check that out. This episode is very fun. Oh, before we get to the episode, I do want to talk about my Jaws marathon. Ash, you've been, every time you walk in the room for the last 3 days, you're like, again?
Yeah.
And I've never seen 2, 3, or 4, so I watched them all in a row.
And you said they all sucked.
3 was terrible. 4 I really liked, and people said that's the worst one. And 2 is almost as good as 1. So Jaws Marathon, check them out on Netflix. And check out this podcast coming your way right now, featuring my good friends, Joe Kilgallen and Lindsay Adams, comedians from Chicago that now live in L.A., as well as I do, competing in the OC, the TV show, versus Grunge Music Trivia. You're going to love it. Starling, what's your sign-off?
Apparently we weren't that quiet. We woke the baby.
Butter legs. See you this Saturday. Bye-bye. Here's the episode. What's going on? I'm sitting here in beautiful Burbank, California, with 2 good friends of mine. I start every podcast this way by saying that I'm with 2 good friends of mine, but these are 2 of my best friends in the world of comedy. My best friends in LA, and especially Burbank, which is a nicer suburb than most other suburbs out here in the west part of our country. I'm sitting here with Mr. Joe Kilgallen and Lindsay Adams. How are you guys doing?
Good. How you doing there, Mr. Budds?
Oh, this is great. Joe, this is your house.
This is my home, yeah.
You've been here for since November or so.
Since November.
It's very clean. It's tidy. Is that you and your wife? Who keeps it clean?
You know, I've been doing better.
Yeah.
She's still the best overall. There's 3 people who live in this place.
Oh, that's right.
And as far as neatness goes, it goes my wife number 1, myself number 2, and then Megan Gailey number 3.
She yelled in the background.
Totally true.
Also, you got that dog.
And my dog's...
That's like 4 people.
She's actually, she spills water everywhere. Now that I think about it, she's not that tidy.
She just put one dog bowl in another dog bowl.
She hits her bowl when she wants food, and sometimes she gets a little dramatic about it.
I think we need to get this dog on America's Got Talent.
You live with a lot of women.
I know. I'm surrounded by just estrogen. It's too much.
Constantly.
So much estrogen that you are actually having a baby.
I am.
Yes.
And I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. We're going to be surprised. How about that?
You're doing the old school way.
We're going old school. Yeah, I like it. I'm excited about that.
Is your family excited about that, or they want to know?
No, they're excited, but they've done it that way. They're kind of like pro on that.
That's their old school. Yeah. That's tradition.
What if you see the ultrasound and you speculate, or like for sure?
Saw the ultrasound yesterday. I couldn't tell.
I know, but when it gets bigger.
Because it's only 14 weeks now. I don't know. I'll probably say, hey, block that off. You could tell them. The doctor knows, because the doctor said to us yesterday, wait, you 2 don't want to know, right? We're like, yes, 100% do not want to know. She's like, okay, well, I'll fold this piece of paper up and put it away then.
What?
She just had like a whole, like it was a piece of paper that had a bunch of stuff on it. It wasn't just like,
I wouldn't be able to resist.
I hear a lot of stories of people that don't want to know, and then like a nurse comes in, they're like, all right, let's just move that dick out the way. Oh, like they'll let the bean slip.
Really?
Yeah, so you got to watch it.
No, that's why the doctor does the ultrasound for us. If we ever get to a point where it's someone else, it'll be the first thing out of my mouth, because that is a fear. I don't want that. That would really suck. That's like someone outing you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a bad way to
I'll tell the world when I'm gay. You know what I mean? I don't need you telling the world.
Ryan, did you...
We went, I think you find out at 18 weeks, 20 weeks, something like that. Do you know 26 weeks? I don't know when it was.
I think 18 sounds about right. They're knowing quicker and quicker. We're only 14 weeks, and she knows because of a blood test.
We found out at 14 because we went to a place in Glendale, not too far from here, and it's just ultrasounds. Like, you just go there to find it out. And then they give you like a keychain with the ultrasound picture on, there's a whole package.
This is
so we have all this stuff,
LA.
all this crazy stuff. But we did find out we were having a baby girl pretty early on. So
That's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and she's 2. She'll be 2 in November.
Wow,
when's your baby due?
February. Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that'll be a loving time
it's
for
a
everybody.
Very planned pregnancy. So
they could still be friends.
That's what you do being married to a nurse, right? Just planning it out.
Yeah,
she knows. Does she know what kind of birth she wants to have?
No, we haven't talked about that. Knowing her, she's probably a lot of drugs.
Yeah. I vote water birth.
You want to go water birth?
I just vote water birth.
My wife wanted all natural, and then the first contraction kicked in, and she was like, all of it. Give me all of it. So the natural went out the window within literally 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think my wife being a nurse, she's very much on the train of pump me full of whatever makes me not feel this way.
So funny.
Baby coming in February.
Very
baby
practical.
Kilgallen. Congratulations, man.
Lindsay's got a big thing going on in her life.
Lindsay,
no, we don't.
I thought you were on new antidepressants.
Oh, I am. You're right.
Yeah,
I am. I just changed my medication. It feels great.
There you go. L.A. Lindsay Adams.
Thank you so much.
What were you on before?
I was on Lexapro, and now I'm on Prozac, and it's like, wow, what a difference.
It really changed it up for me.
I mean, it really changed the game. Threw some anxiety pills in there, and now I'm just like a true dream to be around.
Lindsay, you're a dream to be around and a dream to do stand-up comedy with. You are, no offense, Joe, one of the biggest favorites of all my neighbors for my backyard comedy show.
I agree with that.
Friends, family, and people who have come to my backyard comedy shows that I do on the monthly in West Hills, California. They're always like, when's that that girl coming back? And I'm like, which girl? And they're like, I think her name was Lindsay. And then I'm like, oh, Lindsay Adams.
That is so kind.
They loved you. And Ashley's mom, my mother-in-law, she's like, that girl was funny. So good job.
That is very kind.
You have a podcast called the Dad's Podcast.
I do.
And that's been going for a while. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, at Dead Dad's Club I do with Renee Gautier, and our dads are dead, and it's just like one of those subjects, as you know, like that is awkward to talk about, I think, unless you understand, but it can also be really funny and lighthearted. And, I
love the range of types of episodes you guys have put out, because sometimes they're like just real cathartic of somebody just getting some stuff out, and then sometimes it's like, here's just the funny stuff about my dad, that kind of stuff. So very intriguing.
You two do a great job.
I don't think there's a more unique podcast. So if you are into venting, you're into comedy, you're into your own dad, or maybe you had a death in your family recently. There was anher episode too where Marty talked about his mom, right? Because that was a big part of his life, his mom and his sister. So it wasn't necessarily his dad, but it was, it worked just the same for a great episode of that podcast.
Yeah, and we try to do like a Mother's Day special, which is like weird. Yeah. To be like, Happy Mother's Day. But it's like also
Siblings Day.
Totally. You're right. Well, it's like those holidays also are like, can be like awkward if they're dead. So
can't wait to the Halloween episode.
Yeah. It's like the only
Halloween
dead
should be
people.
Grandparents, because you think like old dead people on Halloween. You know what I mean? Like if someone plays a dead person, they make themselves like an old dead person.
Yeah, I like that.
A young dead person.
That's perfect. We're actually just going to have ghosts.
I just want to produce your podcast.
You should. Oh, please do.
I'm
a nightmare.
I was Jafar for Halloween this last time. We're all Disney villains.
The
baby was Ursula. My mother-in-law was Cruella de Vil. My wife was Maleficent. So now we're trying to think of what we can do, the four of us, this Halloween. What do you think? What's a good four? Like Ninja Turtles? It's kind of easy.
Ninja Turtles is pretty good, but it's been done. I like the Disney villains.
I said, what about Ninja Turtle villains? And we did Krang, Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady.
That's pretty great.
But it's three women and me. So those are all dudes. So that could be interesting. Krang could be ambiguous.
I just love the idea that you guys or like you have a group that's willing to do like a group costume. Like I've been trying to get my boyfriend to do a couple's costume for years.
He's a tall guy.
And he won't cooperate.
He won't do it.
Like he won't. Every year he's like a little bit closer to saying yes, and then he backs out last minute.
We've done a couple couples. It's just been a while. Like a couple times we've done couple costumes.
Well, you'll be like, I was going to say half pregnant, but you're like, what? You'll be a third of the way pregnant, so you could do something fun.
I bet, October 31st.
I think the Halloween before that, my wife she had a pretty full belly. Yeah, because we had the baby in November, so she was almost ready to pop, and she drew Baby Groot on a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked like that was the baby part of the bump. It's kind of cool. People enjoyed it. You run one of my favorite open mics, and these are rare in LA, a good open mic. So that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes people are like, I run an open mic, but I think you run one of the best open mics, and it's one of the ones that if I'm going to go out and do one, I'm driving all the way to North Hollywood to do the good night mic.
I appreciate
You guys have been doing it for over a year, 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I also keep trying to like not do it, but I like it so much.
I would be mad if you guys stopped doing it.
Like I keep trying to ditch it, but
fun.
It's really
genuine.
Fun.
It's mostly comics, but there's a different vibe in there than you get at other rooms out here.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we try to provide like a supportive environment, but it's also like a place where I don't know, just the idea like you chose to be there, like you literally like you went out and chose to be there. So just like don't be a dick.
I love it.
Thank
Joe, you run a show called Comedians You Should Know, and that started in Chicago quite some years ago.
Yes.
And that still runs at Timothy O'Toole's downtown in Chicago every single Wednesday. And then you brought that out to the West Coast with Comedians You Should Know LA at the Hollywood Improv on Thursdays, right?
Yes, it's every Thursday at the Hollywood Improv, 8 p.m. If you're in town, you can go on their website and use promo code CYSK for $5 tickets.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Chicago show is still sells that every week. The LA show is great, too. We're getting some big names in. And,
what are some of those names?
We're building it up.
What are some of those names dropping in? Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey twice.
Oh, that's great.
Sarah Silverman. I mean, for the price of $5, this is crazy.
You cannot beat that, yeah.
And it's going well. I run it with a few other awesome comedians. Chris Redd, who was in that pop star movie. Aaron Weaver.
I can't wait to see that. That's on my list. I hear he's great in it.
Yeah, I heard he steals it.
Yeah.
And I feel bad I'm saying I heard because I still haven't seen the movie.
Well, they just threw it on. It's on
really
iTunes
good.
now. You can buy it on iTunes.
I got to see it. When it came out, I was out of town and some stuff was going on. And when I kept coming back, it was just, you know how it is. When you're married, you're supposed to see stuff as a couple.
Yep.
So she wanted to see it too. We just couldn't find a date to see it. And there's always those movies where it's like, do you care if I see this without you? Do you care if I see that without you? That whole mess.
You know what I did not wait for? Stranger Things. The wife watched the first episode and she fell asleep during the second, and I watched all of them in a row.
I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to do that without her because she fell asleep.
Some of them you got to break.
The first one too.
Some of them you got to really, I've been married 5 years, and it's like every year I'm like, I give up one rule. I feel like I'm going to watch this show.
Yeah, I mean, next year I think I'm just going to sleep with other people.
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah. Off. So.
Do it. I think that works out good.
I
mean, you gave her the baby,
right?
Yeah,
What does
you
occupy her?
You gifted her.
Busy.
Comedians you should know.
It's in New York too. It's comediansyoushouldknow.com. But just really go to the Improv's website if you're looking for the LA tickets.
Is the New York one at the Improv out there too?
No, it's at a bar called Gutter, I think. I can't remember. It just started. They only did their third show recently, and they're going weekly in September. But it's been going great out there. It's a really
amazing.
Cool space. We tried to find a cool indie venue out in LA, but that's kind of hard to do.
It's tougher. It's almost better to be at the Improv. I think.
I'd rather, because then that's
cool little new space though in the lab area.
Yeah, I like it, and I just push people toward the Improv's website because it was too hard to keep the Chicago website affiliated with, and I think it was too complicated to send people there. It was confusing.
It's such a good show. It's such a good show, and it's super impressive that it's like
you both have been on there.
To have a weekly show in LA is incredibly difficult, especially a place like the Improv,
and a successful one.
Such a good show.
Yeah, and not fun at all either.
No, it's so fun.
Producing, and I'll be honest, it's not very fun.
Well, it's fun for everyone else.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have a podcast called Comedians Talking Sports.
That's correct.
Where you sit down with a comedian, you guys chat about hockey.
Sports in general. What I do is I'm so baseball obsessed that I added a second episode of the podcast each week where every Sunday it's Comedians Talking Sports presents Comedians Talking Baseball.
That's
awesome. Just myself and Mike Bryanson every week. I was going to have a new baseball fan each week, but he's great.
He's great. I'm having him on soon.
So good.
Him and Mike Burns.
Oh, those two will be a lot of fun on this show. And then every Wednesday, it's a new comedian every week. So I had like Mick Betancourt this past week. I had Brooks Wheelan the week before.
That's awesome.
Rhea Butcher.
Bunch of Chicago folks.
Gareth Reynolds.
That's great.
A lot of great comedians.
We are mighty out here, huh? There's
really
a lot of
are.
Chicago folks out here now, and good ones.
A lot of pride.
Okay, so this is the point of the podcast. We're going to talk about the 5 topics you guys gave me to give you trivia questions on. So this is always fun. Now, the first episode I ever did of this, Ken Gard just gave me topics from the news because he didn't understand it was a trivia podcast. So it was like the Brexit, and I'm like, one of them was Facebook Live. I'm like, what is the trivia about Facebook Live? He's like, I didn't know it was trivia. So you guys did a great job. You got some good
topics. You didn't know it was
topics.
trivia when it's called Trivia with Buds?
He didn't understand. He also hosts trivia for me at different trivia nights.
That's wow.
Joe, your topics were the Cubs, of course. Yes. You're wearing multiple Cubs things right now.
Cubs shirt, Cubs hat.
Do you have a Cubs tattoo?
No, but
you would get
World
one,
Series,
right?
I'm supposed to get one.
Connect the freckles.
Me and a friend said that when they win the World Series, we'll get one day.
Sure.
Wow.
You are an avid Cubs fan in Chicago, born and raised in the North Side.
Yep.
He's wearing a Cubs shirt right now in case you can't see it.
He's dressed like a bear, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Your other topic, 90s TV. What are some of your 90s favorite 90s shows?
Seinfeld.
Yes.
Huge Seinfeld fan.
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much loved all the 90s sitcoms. Not all of them, but I liked a lot of them.
Big TGIF guy?
Yeah, for
Step by Step, Family Matters.
Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, was
Boy Meets World.
90s. Boy Meets World, I was a big fan.
Did you know that this is a little side trivia? Did you know that Family Matters is a spin-off of Perfect Strangers?
Yes, I did know
that. And that the mom, Harriet, was an elevator operator in the building on Perfect Strangers? I never knew that.
I knew that.
Just learned that recently.
Perfect Strangers is maybe my favorite theme song of any show. And they're both Chicago. You know also about Family Matters, the house, the exterior outside shot is actually on the north side.
Oh,
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I feel like I
never realized that.
Where Megan Gailey used to live, it's like 3 blocks from.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I just got a job offer. Well, I submitted a resume to it, and it's for some sort of comedy award special anniversary thing coming up, and it's about sitcoms from the 90s, and the job is to watch hours and hours and hours of 90s sitcoms to find moments to put in the best family category, and then they play 5 clips from 5 shows, and then so I'd be finding those clips.
I love it.
So I'm really hoping I get it because that would be the best job, just watching sitcoms.
What a dream.
You're a professional clip finder.
That's what I do.
You do a great job.
Your next topic was U.S. geography.
Yes.
What do you know about our country, our great country?
I know a lot. I won the capital B a couple years in a row in grade school, so I knew all the
They
U.S.
have
capitals.
that?
Yeah,
That's
we
a
had
thing?
the capital B.
I mean, that's
like
a little
spelling
bit
bee.
far ago.
There you go, North Dakota. Nice. I can name all 50 still.
That's pretty good.
And I would, when I was, people don't know this about me. That's the first time I've ever really revealed this to anyone. When I was a kid and I was bored, I would draw maps. I would draw maps of my neighborhood and label all my friends' houses.
A map maker. I like that.
And I would, I would Milwaukee Avenue comes in here, meets Irving Park. And
that
then
is
I
a
would
very
do,
Lord of the Rings thing
It's
to
such
do.
a
I like
fun
that.
little quirk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you have any of these maps? You should take some
If I
pictures.
went back to my parents' house and like look through like old boxes, if they ever saved any of my grade school notebooks, which I doubt they would have.
Next time you come over to my house, I want you to map it out. No GPS. You just got to get there.
I don't use GPS. I'm famous for
Really?
that. Yeah.
Even out here?
You're famous for it?
Out here, if I really don't know, I'll use it, but for the most part, I don't like having it on. What I'll do is I'll look up the directions and then just go off my memory.
Really?
And
even for like an audition where you had to be there like really on time?
I'll just leave earlier. So when we first moved out here, I would just plan ahead, and I did get lost a few times because I didn't know, but through getting lost, I would learn better routes.
Interesting.
And everything like that. I was always the people would call me. Lisa Traeger always, which was always funny because she was from Skokie, which is a suburb of Chicago, like that borders the city. She would call me constantly and say, "I'm here and here. How do I get to here?"
Really?
Always.
Oh, nice.
Like
you need to add
a
map maker to your bio on your website. I think.
Yes, please do.
I should. Cartographer.
I love it. Is that the word for it?
That's the word for map.
I was an English major. I should know that.
I was. Yeah, so I was really into U.S. geography.
Your next topic, grunge music.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Saw that
Big grunge
coming.
guy. Now, I've listened to podcasts you've been on and things like that. You're a big fan of Nirvana.
Yes.
You love that Soaked in Bleach documentary.
I did. I liked it a lot. I always thought it was a great conspiracy theory documentary, and it should have been as popular as Making a Murder.
Yeah.
I
have
don't know
no
why it
interest in Nirvana really, which is funny. But listening to you and Marty talk about it on the short-lived Comedians You Should Know podcast made me go like, I got to see this thing.
You know what I mean? Called The Podcast You Should Know.
The Podcast You Should Know.
I don't know why I'm correcting you on a podcast doesn't exist anymore. Who gives a shit? But
that's awesome.
Sorry, by the way, I think I was the first person to swear. You're a very clean-cut comedian. I just swore on your podcast.
Swear it up. Swear it up.
Well, I know
Motherfuck all of us.
Yeah,
Joe. Come on,
absolutely.
let's do it.
Start kicking our ass.
Lindsay's sweating until she swears. I can see
Are you
it.
a Pearl
Right?
Jam guy? You struck me as a Pearl Jam
You know
guy.
what? I am.
You are.
I
That's
am
cool.
a Pearl Jam
That's
guy.
fine.
Do you like Pearl Jam?
I do
you
like Pearl Jam at all?
I
I just think Nirvana's way better.
Sure.
I'm just
Interesting.
Nirvana
gotcha.
changed me for music. I remember.
Sure.
I
And I
heard
think
them after
they changed
died.
a lot of people.
Yeah,
which is
and that's why I always every podcast I've ever done I squeeze Nirvana into it.
There you go. We
People
just did
know
it.
that, yeah.
Presidential history, more U.S. knowledge. Were you in the presidential B? Is that a thing?
No, they didn't have a thing for that. I was really good. I can name them all in order from the 1900s on, but I can't. I'm not that good with the 1800s. I screw up on that. So hopefully you have more 20th century stuff.
Yeah.
And
I had a book called.
Before you guys came here, I was watching The West Wing. I'm
brushing up.
I'm into politics.
Specifically, like the presidential stuff you like?
Yeah, I'm really
interesting.
into that. I know a lot of that stuff.
I used to have a book called Yo Millard Fillmore, and it told you about the presidents you might not know or remember, and that was one of them.
That's a good
That was the
title.
name of the book. Yeah,
I like
pretty
that.
good.
Fillmore, they believed was believed to have not been born in the United States.
That son of a bitch.
They think that the part of
communist
Vermont
bastard.
he was from. I'm pretty
Where
sure it
was
was
the birth
Fillmore.
certificate?
The part was he from Vermont? The part of Vermont he was from, they believed was actually Canada. At the time,
Canadian
because
president.
It was on,
Interesting.
Little trivia
I
with Joe.
like fun facts like this.
Yeah.
Another fun fact, Joe, you mentioned earlier, you hosted a trivia for a lot of years in Chicago, didn't you?
I hosted several trivia nights.
Sure.
I kind of started up almost the company that Tony Valley started up. We kind of did that
Yes,
together.
I am show.biz.
Yeah. I mean, when
Just
he had
talked to
that
him
company
yesterday.
going, but the trivia branch I kind of brought to his attention.
Yeah.
It started because I was working at a bar called O'Shaughnessy's, and they had a trivia guy. He was boring as hell.
Sure. That's how I get. This is how I get every trivia live gig I've ever gotten. Is because they go, the guy we have is he's got. They're always like, he's got glasses. They're always
Yeah.
he's got glasses. He's very monotone. Can you spice it up? And I'd go in there with my shirt off and just kick it off. You know.
Yeah, no, because it's supposed to be fun. So that's what I would do too. I just
The
got
guy
really
we-
loud, and as a comedian, I was able to throw in like jokes and stuff
Sure.
like that. Sorry if you heard bells in the background. That's what my dog does when she wants to go outside. She hits the bells.
And she dresses up like a reindeer, which is very, very, very cute.
She's festive year
Love
round,
that.
24/7.
Lindsay, we're gonna get into your topics right now. The first thing you told me, early 2000s boy bands.
Yep.
I think everybody likes those, right?
I mean, absolutely. I that was my lane.
That's your jam.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very familiar.
Tearing up your heart.
Tearing up my heart.
Could we do, like, when you say familiar, could we do lyrics? Could we name members? Could you do
yeah.
album titles? Could
Yeah.
we do it all, huh?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if we get to it.
I mean, album titles, maybe not so much.
Gotcha. Your next topic, very similar in scope to the boy bands. You text me the Holocaust. Just the word the Holocaust.
Really do the Holocaust?
Yeah, let's do Holocaust trivia.
I know so much about the Holocaust.
Sure.
That's cool.
I know so much about the Holocaust.
You know what I know? A lot of shoes at the museum.
A lot of shoes at the museum.
Lot of
I don't
shoes.
know
Are you 100%
all
Jewish?
of the names. No, my mom is Jewish and my dad
So you're
is.
Jewish then, because your mom's Jewish. That means you're Jewish.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I had a bat mitzvah, but like I've always just been like really into genocide, and
Oh my God.
which sounds terrible, but I took a bunch of classes on genocide and I studied it, so I'm just like I wanted to know I've watched so many documentaries
Sure.
and just like.
You and Joe. I should have done documentaries for a trivia category. That
Oh
would be
man,
good.
I think it's I don't know names.
Yeah.
I just know ideas.
The other topic, you gave me the OC TV series. Tell me what you
Yes.
like about the OC.
The OC, I actually recently watched it from start to finish again. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just such perfect drama garbage.
I know. I was actually a huge fan of the show, and
Were
I've seen
you?
every episode. Yeah. Big
Yeah,
fan.
I like the opening. Wasn't that?
California.
California.
That's written by the guy who was in all the Wes Anderson movies.
Jason Schwartzman,
Yeah,
Phantom
Jason
Planet.
Schwartzman
Really?
wrote that.
Right.
That's the
Phantom
band.
Planet. Yeah.
I feel like I
And it's
knew
just
that.
him. He plays every instrument, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they put a band together for
I
years,
was
but
so into that
he's
show
the
when I
talent.
was in college when it came out
Yeah.
that I was like, I need to move to
Yep.
the OC.
Absolutely.
Because my life is going to be like this show. And then when I moved out here and I've been down there since, I'm like, oh, it wouldn't have been like that at all.
No, totally. I binge watched it in college
Sure.
previously, and I would fall asleep with it on my TV. And my roommate came in, and she said I was like talking in my sleep, and I was like, Marissa, no.
We used to get drunk in college, and when we got drunk enough, we would go up to each other and go, you know what I like about rich kids? Nothing. And then fake punch each other. Sometimes real punch each other. It was
It's
great.
just
Wasn't
such
it basically just the part of the OC that's along the ocean, though?
Newport Beach.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's people don't realize in the rest of the country, there's a part of the OC that's very like, oh, this is terrible.
Gross.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's
no,
gross.
for
It's
sure.
It's just parking lots.
It was so like well done in the worst way.
Love it. You said cat facts for your next one. Just
Yes.
facts about cats.
Just facts about cats.
little
I
Heathcliff trivia.
I happen to know a bit about cats,
Yeah.
and I don't. And they're just stuff about them, breeds, their anatomy.
Love it. Holocaust and
You know
cats.
cat breeds?
Studying
I know
up.
cat
I don't know
breeds.
any cat breeds.
I
I feel
don't
like nobody
either.
ever says, what kind of cat is that?
Mm-hmm.
I love cats. So
Do you have cats?
I have one.
What's this cat's
really limited myself. Her name is Sugar Bear,
Love it.
and she's an angel sent from the gods.
Your last topic was just the word pastries. These were very broad. It was like early
That's hard
2000s
to
boy
look up
bands.
for you.
Holocaust,
Yeah, I'm so
OC,
sorry.
cats, and pastries.
We're talking Hostess, Little Debbie?
I know. I know.
Donuts in general?
I know a lot about pastries too.
Okay. I
I
like
don't-
it.
yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Perfect.
We're going to get into the trivia. You guys want to know what
Let's
the
do
categories
this.
I chose for you?
Yes.
All right. The categories that we chose. Joe, grunge music, and Lindsay, the OC. What? We're doing it. Grunge music. I couldn't think of two things that could be further apart. So
Totally.
we're doing grunge music and the OC. We do need to decide on a buzzword. When you guys know the answer to a question, you will buzz in with your answer using this word. What word would you like?
Poop.
Poop?
I thought poop was too...
Oh, it is too immature.
Is poop
Pick
to
a different one.
interject? Or did we just say poop no matter what?
When the
'Cause I can
question-
answer her questions too,
Yes.
right?
As soon as the question's done being read,
Pick
you can
something
either
not
you would
immature.
either buzz. I like poop. We're going to do
Let's
poop.
do poop. I like poop. No,
you,
I'm sorry.
You
I
buzz
thought-
in with the word poop, and then you answer. You have
I
like
thought
5
there
seconds
was
to
one
answer.
word to answer your own question and one word to
Yep.
steal. But
Just
poop in
one
general.
overall
Great.
buzz,
I
and
don't
you
know,
can
I'm
buzz in.
I will
anytime.
laugh
Okay?
so hard. I'm going to fail this.
You get 1 point
All
when
right,
you get your
let's go.
topic right. You get 2 points if you steal the other person's topic. This is round one. It's called the Trivia Showdown. You guys ready?
It's going to be terrible.
All right, here we go. This is the first question is on the grunge side. So again, either of you can answer this. This is Joe's topic of grunge music. What Pearl Jam album came out in 1994? When you know, you buzz in with the word poop. If you don't know, we can just skip it.
Poop.
Yes. Pearl Jam
This is
album
tough.
came out in
Did they have
94.
a 93 and 94?
I have no idea.
I'm going to have to go Vitology.
That is 100% correct. Well done, Joe. 1
Damn,
point
Joe.
for his own topic of grunge music. And you're not even a Pearl Jam guy.
Nah, I do like them though. But
You like them
I'm
enough
not
to
a
know
Pearl
their
Jam guy.
their albums. Very good. You had no idea, Lindsay. Do you feel
No,
like you'll
I have
know?
no-
Do you know anything about grunge? Like, do you
No.
think you'll hold your own a little bit? And then,
No,
do you know anything
not
about
at
the
all.
OC?
I could,
Just a few.
Maybe a little.
This is going to be interesting.
This might be tough. For me.
I'm
I
really
can't.
bad with like names.
I can't wait to go. Oh, well, this next one's about a name. This is the OC. We're on the OC side. Lindsay's picked topic. The character of Sandy Cohen was played by what actor?
Oh, fuck me.
Poop.
Yeah, yes.
Don't even.
2 points if you know
Adrian
it.
Brody.
What?
No,
Am I way
incorrect.
off with that?
A little bit. I know what you're trying to do, though.
Shit,
You
I
know
know
what I was
his
trying
name.
to think of?
He's in Law and Order
You're trying to do
SVU.
Seth Cohen. This is the dad. So
that's-
you were going
Oh,
with,
yeah,
and his name is his name Adrian? Adam Brody.
Yeah,
That's his
screwed
name.
it up.
Lindsay, any guesses?
Oh my God, he's on Law and Order SVU also.
Gigantic eyebrows. That's what he's known for.
I see his face in my head, but I don't
In your
know
dreams?
his name.
Oh,
You're
I know it.
talking in your sleep.
No, you
Wait,
don't.
you gave a hint. Can I still buzz in?
What?
You already buzzed in, didn't
Oh,
you?
sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do
You
it
only
again.
get one buzz.
Damn,
Yeah.
I know who it is now.
Lindsay, any guesses?
Hold on, it's in my head. Poop.
Yeah. 3 seconds.
Something Jewish.
Peter
No.
Peter Gallagher.
Not Jewish.
Damn it.
Peter
You said the
Gallagher.
eyebrows thing you were
Sandy
talking
Cohen.
about.
One of the voted
Damn it.
TV Guide's voted best TV dads of all time. He's
He
good.
Is.
He's a good dad.
I can't. I'm so embarrassed. Honestly, I apologize.
No problem. Here's the second question over on the grunge side. A grunge-filled soundtrack filled what movie from 1992 starring Bridget Fonda and Matt Dillon?
Oh, God, I knew this one.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's one word. It's one word. It's a plural word. A grunge-filled soundtrack filled what movie from 1992 starring Bridget Fonda and Matt Dillon? This is the second question for the grunge side.
Poop.
Yes.
Kids.
Kids? That's not a bad guess, but not correct. What do you got, Joe? Any guesses?
Matt Dillon and Bridget Fonda. One word.
Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun.
hope you
Girls?
don't get it.
It's not girls, it's singles.
Singles.
The movie was called
Damn.
Singles. No
All right.
points there. Joe's got 1 point on the board against Lindsay with 0, but we're on the second question. The OC, here it is. When Summer kisses an upside-down Seth in a costume, who is he dressed as?
Poop.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
that is right. Well done, Lindsay. She got 1 point to tie it up with
Nice
Joe.
job.
Lindsay,
We got a game
that's a great
now.
episode, wasn't it?
It was a
He
great
climbs up on the roof. He
episode.
falls down. He's hanging upside down. She peels off the mask.
Absolutely. That's the whole reason why
Boner
she peeled
City.
off the mask.
That's female and male boner city, don't you think, for everybody? Here we go. Grunge, number 3. Lane Staley was the original lead vocalist for what band?
Alice in Chains.
Ooh.
Poop.
You
Alice in
didn't. You
Chains.
didn't.
He got it.
Sorry.
Well, he
You're
buzzed in.
disqualified.
1
Got it
point.
in the form of a question.
He gets
There you go.
0.5.
There you
Jeopardy
go.
rules.
Alice and Jane. So you even know stuff like, oh no, that was vocalist. I think there's a drummer question later, so get excited.
You picked
the
the
OC?
dumbest topic.
Oh, really?
Liz?
Hold on. I'm sorry about that. Listen,
That's okay.
I'm sorry my dog's barking in the background.
Ollie, I agree. He didn't pick a great topic.
We are on the OC side. We're going to jump over there. We'll see if Joe knows this one while he's beating his dog with a newspaper right now, which is very quietly. I can't believe it. Number 3 for the OC. What character held Marissa hostage at gunpoint in season 1?
Poop.
Yes.
Trey.
Incorrect.
What?
That was season 2.
I'm
Wow.
so
trying to say-
embarrassed.
Anybody know this one? What character held Marissa hostage at gunpoint in season 1?
I mean, this bitch.
This guy was crazy.
She got into so much.
People hate this character a
I
lot.
know
I
who
don't
it
know.
is.
I don't know. I can't even try.
So, Lindsay, you can't get a point, but can you spit it out? His name is Oliver. Oliver, remember? They're like, oh, Oliver. And
I knew it, Oliver.
he's very manipulative, and he's off his meds. And they
Dumb
sent him to a
little
rehab
fucking
center.
weenie.
That was number 3 for the OC. We're on number 4. This is Grunge Trivia.
Hope you don't
as
get
picked by
this.
Joseph Kilgallen. Baby in February. Coming out. It's like an album dropping. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Baby in February. Number 4, Grunge. Formed in 1986. What Seattle record label was one that many grunge bands first signed
Poop.
to? Yes.
Sub Pop.
Yes, she
That was
got it.
great. No,
she
did.
stole
I knew
2
the answer. I
points.
just
I
wasn't
mean,
smart
I
enough to say
It's
went
poop
three
right
to
away.
two,
school for
Lindsay.
music business.
Lindsay dives into first place. Well
3-2?
done, Lindsay. 3-2.
Shit, that's you just clinched it pretty much.
very
I'm
good.
not gonna be able to steal OC one.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Damn, I knew that. Why didn't I just yell poop right away? I let you finish it like a moron.
That was awesome. The OC, number 4. Just like the Peach Pit on 90210, the gang and the OC had a hangout where they could see live bands like the Killers or Rooney. What was the name of their place?
Oh fuck.
Anybody know that one? We're talking about the name of their hangout where they'd see live music. I think it was a bar.
It was.
Although
a bar.
they were in high school, so that was interesting that they would just go to a bar.
Rich kids could do that. You ever see
could.
Gossip Girl? The rich kids were always drinking at bars.
They
Like, what?
kill people on Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
I know. Shit. I know.
Any guesses
this.
from
If
you
you'd have
two?
done Gossip Girl, would have killed you. I might as well guess, right?
Anything?
Poop.
Yes.
The seaside. I don't.
Oh, you know what? You're pretty close.
Really?
You're pretty close with that, yeah.
I know.
Lindsay, any guesses?
Great. I just gave her a hint. Perfect.
Shit.
3 seconds.
Poop.
Yes.
The sea.
Incorrect. It's the bait shop. The bait shop. That was where they would go, the bait shop.
I knew it.
I enjoyed the bait shop live performances. Grunge, number 5. What is the first track on Nirvana's first album, Bleach, that also starts with the letters BL?
Blue.
It is Blue. Well done, Joe. Tying it up 3-3.
I needed that.
Grunge versus the OC trivia. We're back to the OC. This is question number 5 on the OC side. We find out in a season 1 episode of the OC that Luke's dad is a closeted gay man. Where does he work when Luke and Ryan stumble upon him kissing his partner?
Car dealership.
Well done.
Poop,
You didn't
car
buzz in, but
dealership.
that's good. 4-3. Car dealership. Poor Luke. Luke goes from being the bully and the badass bully to like
having a gay dad.
Yeah. Well, then he's like a softie the rest of the series.
I know. He's like big puss.
This is on Netflix. I want to binge this.
I think it's on
real quick,
Amazon.
pause so I can
Might be on
binge this.
Amazon
Some
Video.
of it.
Grunge, number 6. Eric Kretz is the drummer for what band? Eric Kretz is the drummer for what grunge band? Number 6.
Poop. Soundgarden.
Incorrect. Do you have a grunge band?
Poop.
Yes. Yes. Guess a band. You could do it.
Garbage.
No, Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple
yeah.
Pilots. That's the one.
Is Garbage a grunge band?
Technically,
Right?
you might be able to.
I think so.
I know the drummer of Garbage is Butch Vig.
Okay.
Well done. The OC, number 6. What actress whose character had a relationship with Marissa's character went on to marry SNL alum Jason Sudeikis? What actress?
Poop.
Yes.
Olivia Wilde.
That's right. Well done. She's got 5 points to Joe's 3 points. It's going well for old Lindsay over there.
Yeah.
It talks about this. We're not really facing each other. And all right, never mind.
You wanna really
I'm
face them?
complaining. I'm complaining because I'm losing. This is what I do.
I don't know anything about grunge bands. So
No?
Yeah, that's fair.
What's your number 1 brand of music besides boy bands?
Pop.
Pop?
No, I like hip hop and rap.
A little hippin', a little hoppin'. I like it too. Very good. Here we go. Number 7, grunge. What grunge lead man did all the music for the film Into the Wild?
Ooh.
Number 7. What grunge lead man did all the music for the film Into the Wild?
Poop. Eddie Vedder.
That's right. Eddie Vedder, 1 point for Joe. 4 to 5 points. He's just down by 1. That is a good album. That's a good soundtrack.
I bet.
Got that song, Just Breathe. That's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very good. That's like your parent is dying while you hold their hand song.
Oh my God.
Good to me.
Very
Into the
depressing genre
Wild.
of music.
Let's see. This is the OC number 7. Caleb dies from a heart attack and falls into what? Caleb, the character.
Oh, poop.
Yes.
Pool.
He falls into a pool. That's right. Well done. 6-4. Lindsay still winning by 2. She's a big fan of the OC and Caleb's death.
I know the storylines very well.
Remember when Julie was Julie Cooper, then she was Julie Cooper Nickel, then she was Julie Cooper Nickel Cooper because she marries the guy again?
Yep.
I saw the OC.
You were messing around. You really know this
I know.
show.
You know, it's sad. I know more about the OC than grunge music when I was looking these up. Yeah.
Nice.
I saw the OC live musical. They did a musical in L.A.
Oh, I heard about
It's
that.
kind of bad, though. It wasn't very good. But a lot of the people showed up. Like,
No.
Yeah, the little sister, Marissa's little sister, who becomes like a main character on season 4 when she
Yes.
dies. She played Julie Cooper, the mom's character in it, so it was kind of cool. And then that actress showed up to watch it, and it was
love
kind of
that.
it was fun for that, but it was like not very good. Here we go, back to grunge. Who directed the film Last Days, about the final days of Kurt Cobain's life?
Poop.
Yes.
Gus Van Sant.
Well done. 1 point for Joe. 5-6. It's a very close game. I haven't had a close one like this in a while.
Really?
Yeah, this is good stuff. Sometimes it's like a train wreck. One person knows everything and one
Something
person
you
doesn't know
clinched
anything.
it with that steel.
The OC number 8, Ryan Atwood was the mean. Ryan Atwood was from the mean streets of what California city?
Poop. Chino.
Yes. Chino is correct. So you got 1 point there. So it is 7-5.
Just a boy from Chino.
Have you ever been to Chino?
I think I've driven through it.
Well done.
Is it by Riverside?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, it's really not that
They made
bad.
it look like it's all trailer parks, and like a lot of Ashley's family lives near there, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a lot of rich kids though.
No.
Which is what he doesn't like.
Not a lot
about
of,
anything.
oceanside houses.
That's right. Grunge number 9. What supergroup contains vocals from lead singers Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell?
Poop.
Yes.
Temple of the Dog.
You got it.
Damn.
Joe, you did it.
I never would have gotten that.
That is 6-7. So usually there is a ninth
one.
and 10th question. A 10th question for each of you. So usually there is a 10th OC question and a 10th Grunge question. But on my way over here while I was writing these questions, I had to pick up a friend from the airport. So we only have 9. So that is the end of the first round, the trivia showdown.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
right now it is 7-6. You guys cool with that? And 1 point
Yeah.
apart. Right now we're going to do a combo question, which combines both topics of both the OC and Grunge music. So here that is. This is the combo question.
Combo question.
The closest band, again, you're going to buzz in, and you get 2 points if you get this right. So this might put one of you in the lead, Joe, if you get it. The closest band to Grunge music that was used on the OC was Radiohead. Would you consider them Grunge? Some people do, some people don't.
No, I don't.
Okay. So we're going to say that they are for the benefit of this question.
Maybe the early album was,
The closest band to Grunge music that was used on the OC was Radiohead. Name either one of the 2 Radiohead songs used on the show's run. Yes.
Creep.
Incorrect. Really? Was not one of those. I actually don't know either of these songs. It's not a huge Radiohead.
I know this. I
knowledge-filled
just
man.
have to think of the name of the song.
There's 2 different songs that they used. I think I've heard of one of them for sure. The other one, not so much.
Now I have Creep stuck in my head.
That sucks.
Shit, I'm drawing
Nothing?
a blank.
It's their biggest hit. I can't believe they didn't use it. It's used on everything else. I know what song it is now, I'm sure.
Lindsay, if
know-
you don't have a guess, I think Joe, I'll let you buzz in again. Let's see if we can name it.
I can't think of the name.
Go ahead.
Paranoid Android?
Incorrect. Fog, with parentheses, it said fog and then the word again. I don't even know if it's a hit or what. Fog again and Like Spinning Plates. Do you know that song?
I know that song. I don't know Fog Again.
Fog again and Like Spinning Plates were the 2 that they used.
Those are both not hits.
According to Wikipedia.
Damn it.
According to Wikipedia. All right. Most of the music they used on the show is like The Killers. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
so
of course.
it was hard to come up with
Very
a way to
Imogen
combine
Light,
both of those
pop,
things.
punk.
Imogen
alternative.
Heap was
Yeah.
like the classic.
Of course, yeah. What you say. Yeah. We're going to reenact it
I hope
right after
so.
this. It's going to be great. So that was round 2. It is still 7-6. Now there's one more thing, Joe, you can do to beat Lindsay. And one more thing you could do, Lindsay, to beat Joe. And that is called Categories with Buds. So we're going to name something from a certain category. I'm going to play with you guys. We're going to go around the horn. I'll say the first one, then we'll go to Joe, then Lindsay, then me. And if you can't think of one in 5 seconds, you're eliminated. The category is totally different from what we've been talking about. It is movies with a color in the title. Okay? Movies with a color in the title. So people can play along at home too. Name them if you're driving around in your car on a road trip or something right now. This is kind of fun to do. This is Categories with Buds, movies with a color in the title. I'm going to kick it off. The last person standing for this gets 3 points. So whoever wins this between you 2 will win. If I win, I will award the points to one of you or both of you or something. Okay?
Categories with buds.
I'm going to say the first one, and my first movie is Purple Rain.
The color purple.
The color purple.
Steel Magnolias. Steel is a color.
Is it?
It could be argued. I was like, does she not get it? Oh, maybe I don't get it.
Steel is a color.
Steel could be like yeah. I'm going to allow that. That's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm going to say
It's weird you let off with that one.
I'm going to say Red Dawn.
Green Lantern.
Blue Moon.
Wait, that is not. What movie is Blue Moon? I don't think that's. Is that a movie?
Is that a movie? Or did you make it up?
I think it's a movie.
Lindsay.
Just
I'm going to count it.
just
Keep this
eliminate
going
me.
a little bit
Count
longer.
it, but
Pitch Black.
Green Street Hooligans.
The
Make
white,
one up.
The White Knight.
No, you're definitely making shit up now.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's down to me and Joe. I'm going to say the Yellow Submarine.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'll go with.
Let's see if it's a movie.
I'm gonna go
Steel
with
Magnolias.
The Big Green.
The Big Green.
Soccer movie.
I am going to say
out.
Oh no. I don't know if I can think of one. I might be out of time.
Can I
the
give
Green
you a
Hornet?
hint?
Yeah, you got
Green
that.
Hornet.
That works.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Anything?
The Devil in the White City.
Devil in the White City. It's
Does
coming
that
out
count?
soon.
It's
Leonardo
coming
DiCaprio.
out,
Did you read
right?
the book? I hear it's
I
good.
started it and then I lost my copy. And I really did lose my copy, which
Sure.
I stole from a friend. That's not I remember.
That's pretty good. I'm going to
JJ.
say, I just had one. What the hell? 50 Shades of Grey.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
call.
Damn.
That's a good call. Blue Streak.
Blue Streak. Ooh. I was going to say Celtic Pride. That's not a color.
Nope.
I think I'm out. Joe, I think you won.
Oh, sweet.
Congratulations.
I have
Well
blue
done.
suede shoes
So that
next.
gives you, nice job. Or Blue Hawaii.
too,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you got 3. So the final score is 8-7. Lindsay, you officially
hate
just
you.
lost this thing. That's how it goes. So
I
Joe
still don't think steel is a
is
color.
our champion.
Steel is a color, and it doesn't matter.
And what was the second one? Blue Moon that we gave you?
Blue Moon is a movie. I
Is
just looked it up.
Okay.
I have prizes for both of you.
That sounds about right, I guess.
Thank you so much for doing the podcast. This is your prize,
you.
Joe. You have Casper and Friends DVD. That is for you. Enjoy that. That is old stuff. And Lindsay, Vampire's Kiss Incense. That is for
I'm
you.
so excited.
Yeah, burn that
Yeah.
shit up. Okay, guys? That's
What
been
does
making
it
my
smell
trunk
like?
smell great for a
Thank
while.
you.
Thanks, buds.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
This is great.
Plugs.
Let's talk about some stuff you guys have going on.
Sure.
What is going on with
That's
you in
fine.
terms
Good
of
time.
plugs? This is the time where we do plugs. So, Joe, maybe plug your podcast and your show one more time.
It's Comedians Talking Sports. We're now on
Yes.
the Punch Drunk Comedy Network, punchdrunksports.com. It's a new sports podcasting network. I review 30 for 30s every week.
Love it.
It's the perfect blend of comedy and insight, and we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we're better than ESPN, so listen to us.
Yeah.
As a non-sports fan myself.
And I got an album on Pandora and Spotify. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
It's
no
called
problem.
Pay
Yeah,
Attention.
stream that shit.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify. I am not a sports fan, but 30 for 30 makes me a sports fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, we review like a new 30 for 30 each week, and I think that's what people are digging on right
Ric
now.
Flair's coming out. I hear there's a Ric Flair
excited
one.
about
That's
that.
going to be good. Lindsay, what can we hear about you in terms of plugs?
Sorry, I just zoned out.
She was taking a hit off her Vampire's Kiss incense.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Wow, just had a moment. No, my podcast, Dead Dad's Club with Renee Gautier.
Which I'm going to do at some point. You guys
you
invited
are
me like
for
a year ago, and I'm
sure
definitely going to do it at some
gonna
point.
do.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, we are really bad about scheduling people.
Yeah.
But it's a really good podcast. Give it a listen. You
Sure.
can find us on iTunes. You can also find us on SoundCloud.
Love it.
And that's it. I just pop in everywhere, look for my face all over the place, go to my website.
Follow Lindsay on Twitter. She's good on Twitter.
Yeah, give me a Twitter handle for
give
each
me
of you
my
guys.
Twitter.
What's yours,
My
Lindsay?
Twitter is at Lindsay's face.
Awesome. And Joe?
I'm at Joe Kilgallen. That's Kilgallen, Kilgallon.
Like a gallon of milk. I'm
Yeah.
Ryan Budds on there. Thank you guys so much for listening. And you guys, thanks for being on the podcast today.
Thanks for having us. Great time.
Thank you.
Talk to you.
Lots of fun.
Listener quiz.
There you have it. Another quick, fun, and easy listen episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast with Miss Lindsay Adams and Joe Kilgallen. They were a lot of fun, and you can check them out. Check out Joe's show at the Improv. It's one of my favorite shows to do in Chicago or LA, and I think now New York. Comedians You Should Know. And Lindsay, again, with the best mic around at the Good Night in North Hollywood on Mondays. Check out both those shows if you're in the LA area, especially if you are a comedian. We're going to get to the listener quiz in a second. Big reminder again to check out me and the wife, Ashley Starling Budds, and her clothing company, LuLaRoe. Set up. She'll be selling some leggings, and I will be promoting bingo and trivia at Last Name Brewing in Upland, California this Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. in the Inland Empire area. If you are near Ontario or Upland or Pomona or anything out that way, come and check us out from 2 to 6. It's free, and there's a lot of fun stuff to check out. Watch Jaws. That's what we talked about at the beginning of the episode. I love the Jaws movies, and now that I've seen them all in full, I can give the heads up to watch Jaws. If you have a movie series that maybe you love that a lot of other people do not love, let me know. Leave me a message on Twitter or send me an email, ryan@ryanbuds.com. Check out my new website. I just redesigned the website, triviawithbuds.com. Now it looks very rustic and nice and fall colored for this time of year. And there's tons of cool stuff on there, videos you can watch, pictures you can see of yourself, maybe from a live trivia event, and a whole sample round featuring Obama Llama, one of the game company games from Big Potato Games that sponsors me. So check them out. It's a rhyming round and a game you can buy at Target. Super fun stuff. They just sent me a big box of all kinds of sample packs of their games that I'm going to be giving out throughout the next couple months. So if you want free board game sampler packs, come play some live trivia events. Again, you can always see my locations and all my updated locations on triviawithbuds.com. My two newest locations are at the Brew and Meatball Company on Thursday nights. We do a theme, and this week's theme is JOHN HUGHES Films. So come check out that night and play it from 9 to 10:30 this Thursday night. And bingo once a month at Last Name Brewing. That's my other new thing that's going on next show, October 20th. Here is the listener quiz without any further ado. Your first question number 1. What is my middle name? No, that would be a weird one. They have to be questions everybody knows unless you know me very specifically. Here's your first question. Question number 1. Who is the male lead in the 1990 film Arachnophobia? Who is the male lead in the early 90s film Arachnophobia? That is your first question. Question number 2. What is the capital of Wyoming? What is the capital of Wyoming? Okay, so we got arachnophobia. We got Wyoming. And question number 3. What does the acronym AARP stand for? What does the acronym AARP stand for? That's a nice question for all our elderly listeners out there. I'm looking at you, so-and-so. I don't want to call anybody out. My mom does not listen to this, so it's somebody else's mom, maybe. Check us out at all those events, triviawithbuds.com, brand new, looking good. Find Joe, find Lindsay, send me the answers to those questions. Whoever sends me the answers first will get a Trivia with Buds lighter bottle opener of your choice. You get to pick the color. It's going to be great. Thanks for listening to another episode of this show. Share it with a friend. Leave a review on iTunes and do all that fun stuff to help me get some more ears on it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good week and keep playing and loving trivia. Bye-bye.